There he is.
I cut out a little early.
Hey!
Welcome everybody to another exciting episode of Grippin and Rippin. As you heard right there, one of our very special guests is here, and that would be David Display's Model Behavior. What's going on, David? Oh shit, he's gone Bullet Club.
I am here. Whoa!
Whoa!
I'm here to dominate the entire show, full screen.
Oh,
it's all me, baby.
It's happening again. Speaking of which, hi Cincy.
Hello.
back from Mania.
Yes, back from Mania. And did you see my message that I sent you?
What? No.
This is called carpet cleaner, and I've been cleaning my dog's vomit for the past 30 minutes off my office floor here.
Oh,
so yeah, he's got a little bit of an upset belly. So if I suddenly leave the stream, that's why.
That's fair. You do you.
It's going to be one of those streams, isn't it?
Exactly. We're starting it off on the right foot.
He's gonna puke.
He's gonna puke.
Memories.
I love that everyone got that reference.
R.I.P. Dross. Tyrannosaurus Rex already coming at you for the Mania questions. How were your seats?
They were awesome. So I went to 4 nights of wrestling. I went to WrestleCon, went to the Hitchcock Memorial Super Show, which was amazing. I sat front row right behind Ian Riccaboni and Veda Scott. I was literally right behind them. That was really cool because there was a lot of former WWE guys at that show. There was like John Morrison. He was in a Dirty Dishes match with Taya Valkyrie where they were smashing plates over each other's heads and stuff. It was crazy.
Damn. Brian Merchant with the question to David real quick. How does 2 a.m. taste?
It's quite late there.
I tell you what, I've been preparing for it by watching Mania, so I'm used to being completely nocturnal now, as we have to do in the UK whenever we want to watch pay-per-views. But I'm used to it by now. At least this is going to be a lot easier than Mania, because man, there was some good stuff on there, but hoo-ha!
Oh,
There were a few bits that were quite tough to get through.
Very long show.
Yeah, when you're watching Vince McMahon beat up Pat McAfee at 3:30 in the morning, you're like, oh man, can we move this along a little bit?
Is this really happening? It was that very strange thing of I watched it the next day just because for me it was like, well, I can fast forward through the matches I don't care about, and even then I was like, that's a long show even then.
Yeah, but
which is such a shame because they had if they just diluted things a bit, but I know we've got to have 2 nights, so yeah. It is what it is.
Yeah, and it was weird because it felt like some of the matches were really, really rushed, and some went way too long.
Yeah. Well, so Cincy, how long? So you were both nights, right?
Yes, I went both nights.
Okay. So so between Mania, because that's 2 nights, the show itself was 4 hours each night, right?
Yeah, we got there. Doors opened at 4:30. It started about 7, and then it went till 11 both nights.
Yeah. Okay. Damn.
That's not too bad, actually. I mean, considering that when it was a 1-night event, you're doing like a 7-hour Mania. Yeah. That's actually a lot more manageable. Definitely.
Yeah.
I'm just throwing it out there. I do miss the Sunday Night Heat. That was always my favorite precursor. I was a big Sunday Night Heat mark. Apparently,
yeah, but I mean, Sunday Night Heat was a big show.
I just double checked that. I thought he passed away. Maybe he had just gotten pretty sick. I don't know. I must have messed that up. So, yeah, I don't know. Draws ain't dead. Woohoo!
Yeah, two thumbs up.
Take it where you can. Oh, love how the second you came on, I plugged my phone in and it died. Just good like that. We're killing it. So, what are you guys gripping and ripping this fine evening? I know, David, you're downsizing right now though, which is tricky.
I have been. Yes, I have been downsizing, but you know me, I'm a toy collector, just like you are, just like Cincy is. There's only so much downsizing you're ever going to do. All right, we're never going to stop buying action figures.
Yeah.
And also, the best thing was, I said that I was downsizing because I was planning to move to Hong Kong, and now I'm actually not moving to Hong Kong. But that didn't stop my friends from buying me a load of goodbye presents. So now, and I can't exactly give them back.
Yeah.
So now I've got a couple of action figures that I'm saving just to grip and rip with you guys here tonight.
Hell yeah. I just like the idea where you're just like, I'm still here.
Like, Dave, are you actually going to leave? Because we can always return those gifts. Nah, them's mine now.
Yeah. Suckers.
Especially one of them. Actually, it's funny that we started this. I'm just getting them here. It's funny that we started this talking about pro wrestling, because I don't collect pro wrestling figures until this weekend. And all of a sudden, I got one as a gift, and then I just doubled my number of figures. So first of all, this is how well my friends know me. God bless my buddy. He instantly, boom, Bret the Hitman Hart. Not only Bret the Hitman Hart, but the best outfit I think he ever wore, Survivor Series 1996. He just looked at that gear and he went like, I think pink and black is pretty great, but maybe some orange in there. Yeah. And then boom, throw in some orange, a little bit of yellow, some fiery colors. Damn, Bret Hart never looked so good.
It is the most shame. 90s of his gear for sure. Where it's just
definitely
pink and black attack. How about some orange? Like,
yeah, which the one word you can't rhyme anything with. Pink and black attack and orange for.
You glad that we're back? All right.
Orange, you glad we're back?
Phantom Crow throwing you some love, David. Also, Stuart Fulbrook asking you, Cincy, have your ears stopped ringing from the Austin pop yet?
They have. Yeah, my right ear was ringing really bad because we were sitting right next to all the pyro.
Oh, damn.
Oh, dude, that pyro is crazy. I remember that was one of the main things I took with me after watching a live show for the first time was, oh my God, that pyro is loud and hot.
Yeah,
I couldn't believe it.
Exactly. The flames.
Yeah.
I forgot who. I think it was Edge had a lot of flames on his.
Yeah.
And
you get Parbe.
You could feel it.
Yeah. Dude, I think the hottest pyro ever was Kane's because because it would go so damn high that they needed that projection. And like I remember, I think it was the closest I've ever been at a WWE event, and we were still like 8 or 9 rows back, and it was just like, holy shit! Like it's like turn it down, guys. I still have a little bit of eyebrows. Like,
it's crazy to think that like he's standing in the middle of that every night.
Right?
Like, he must be used to it, I guess. There you go. That must help.
Or the towel. Hey, Cincy, have you seen the reveals from 3-0 of their 1/6 foot figs?
I have not.
I believe it's Roadblock and another variant, and then I think they
Firefly. They just revealed.
I saw Roadblock. I have not seen Firefly.
He's great. Oh shit! Just Plain Steve says, "I missed some lives. Have you spoken of the NECA Turtle van before? I was a bit disappointed in the dimensions personally. Doesn't look as bad as Vince taking a stunner, but what?" It does look a little squished to me. If you just kind of took that taffy and went, it would be pretty dead on. It's awesome though. I'm still down though.
And one wonderful reference to Vince taking the stunner because I just love the fact that Austin was clearly like, no, the crowd wants to see a stunner. Gonna get your dumb ass back up. We're gonna do this now. I thought that was wonderful. If I was in the crowd, I would have been like, "Stop! He's already dead."
I think the sell of the night might have been Pat McAfee, for when he took the stunner, because like he had the beer in his mouth and just did the stream as he went back. I'm like, oh, this is beautiful.
Well, my brother and I were voting between, it was Byron Saxton's stunner cell, which he went clear in the air. He went like 3 feet in the air. But then Austin Theory, if you watch his stunner cell, his legs are going like this as he's flying through the air. It's so funny.
I was blown away by Austin Theory's one. That was rock level in his own way. That was fantastic.
He was one bounce away from outdoing The Rock, because I remember Rock doing like the three amigos roll away, like where it was just like, what are you made of? Like he just looked like a gummy bouncing around. That did steal the show. Dude, the pop of the night for me, Johnny Knoxville. I did not expect that. Like I was like, oh shit. Like, yeah, I don't know. That
I didn't expect Logan Paul to do as well as he did.
No, me neither.
Logan Paul was fantastic. He looked like more of a pro wrestler than Rey Mysterio's kid, Dominic.
Yeah,
that was it. It's like Logan Paul looked like an actual athlete. I'm sorry, I don't want to sound like a dick, but if you are a professional wrestler on TV every single day and competing at WrestleMania, then for goodness sakes, look like you at least go to the gym once a week. Yeah. Come on, Dom. I'm not going to body shame anyone, but come on, son.
He's a little noodly, that's for sure.
Although that grinds my gears.
Coming up here, there's actually a Build-A-Figure Dominic coming out from Mattel, and it's little Dominic from when Eddie and Ray feuded over the fatherhood of who Dominic's real daddy was.
Yeah.
And then the crazy thing is, I think there's a Dominic Mysterio, like Big Boy Dominic, in that series. So you have to buy him to make part of him. It's kind of weird. Wrestling.
I thought what was kind of weird with the booking in that match was, obviously, Logan Paul is the heel and Ray and the Mysterios are the sort of the baby faces, and Logan Paul riles up the crowd and gets the heat by doing Eddie's Three Amigos, and they're booing him, and then he goes up to the top rope, he does the shimmy and the shake, and the crowd boo him, and then he hits the move and they boo him, and then he wins. And
it was so weird.
So the bad guy takes the piss, steals Eddie Guerrero's moves, and then wins clean. It's like, wow.
WWE booking at its finest.
I got to say, though, the crowd went nuts when Miz gave him the whatever his finisher is.
The skull-crushing finale?
Yeah, to
Logan Paul.
To Logan Paul, yeah.
Oh, my God. That move is still one of my favorite moves, because it's just like, hey, it would look badass, a Russian leg sweep, but forward. And it's like, hell yeah. Because you think about that move any other time, and you're like, man, all right. But Miz sells it, man.
Hey, put some respect on that move. It's called the stroke, all right?
Yeah.
That's true.
Done by JEFF.
Oh, slap nuts. Vince McMahon is literally the same age as Mae Young when Bubba Ray of the Dudley Boys power bombed her off the stage.
Wow.
Damn, that's wild. I remember that match, and it was Big Show was coming out, and it's like, Mae Young should be terrified of the Big Show. I'm like, Mae Young should be terrified of osteoporosis. Like, Jesus Christ, like, let the poor lady just exit the ring peacefully. But
I love how someone commented that. Actually, speaking of Mae Young, her and Mark Henry's son made an appearance.
Yeah.
Also, the fact that Mark Henry has been like retweeting and regramming like all the memes that have come out of it. It's like, oh, it must feel good to be out from under Vince's thumb on that shit. Where it's just like, oh yeah, no, this is ridiculous. Oh, take it easy, Aiden Skate. Oh, never mind. You were coming in. Sorry, I misread that. So I actually got to throw this out real quick. I got the better part of the Dark Order to rip into tonight.
Me too.
I haven't had any AEW figures in a long time, but these also come with trading cards. Oh, Jesus. Since he's ready to grip and rip some wrestlers as well.
That's nice. I've got another wrestler as well because I doubled my wrestling collection.
Dude. Bronson Reed.
With
Jonah.
I had no idea who this was, but I went to an action figure store I'd never been to. He was on sale, and instantly I just saw like Bam Bam Bigelow colors. And I was like, dude, this Bam Bam's like, he's one of my boys. So I thought, no, I've got to get this guy just for like a random, brightly colored, awesome, badass thug. And then I realized, as you said, Cincy, Jonah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So that's awesome. So I kind of put two and two together.
He's a big man. He's one of those dudes that when he moves around, it's like, okay, I feel terrible about my athleticism now. He's one of those dudes when he moves, you're just like, son of a bitch. Like,
no, that's my favorite part of wrestling is the Vaders and the boss mans. I love the big dudes who can just move like a cat. You know, that's just crazy. So I got a lot of time for Jonah. I'm looking forward to seeing what he does in New Japan.
Dude, it'll be real interesting. Speaking of that, my buddy Matt found this at the Wally World today, and I'm pretty stoked.
Oh, nice.
Is that April Casey?
The farm April and Casey.
Oh,
I'm a big
nice.
Turtle dude.
Does she have the better knees? Because wasn't there a thing where like people didn't like her knees? And they fixed it. Smart. I like that.
The single joint instead of the weird like meat tube attached to smaller meat tube attached to other meat tube.
That's exactly what it is, isn't it? It's a meat tube. It's so weird. But I tell you what, I love how involved the April actress is with all the promotion.
Yeah, she's been great.
Yeah, she seems super awesome. I love how she's pushing it and she's really into it. That's really cool.
Also, shout out to Cyber Jedi, who sent a package. I glanced through it briefly, and I can safely say this is the first zinger that actually made it through the mail in one piece. So David, there's a long-running joke on this channel where, for some odd reason, I didn't know what a raspberry zinger was. And so for a stream, I picked some up. They're basically Twinkies covered in red coconut. Why red coconut? Okay. I don't know. That's apparently the fruit of the raspberry zinger. And,
well, it sounds delicious.
It's something. But
hey, look, it's important to get your 5 a day nutritionally. So you need to eat at least 5 raspberry zingers to get your dose of fruit every day.
But this is the meat and taters of it. He's been on a drawing spree, so he drew my boy Mikey.
Oh, dude, you got some talented viewers.
And then all the favorites. We got Spidey and the Turtles. So very
cool.
Very stoked.
Man, that's wicked.
Yeah, so these will be going up behind me. There's also a bonus Daredevil sketch.
Nice.
Just kind of tucked in there. But
all right, I'm going to start being mean to my audience. They're not doing me enough harm. I'm going to start bullying them. It's like, right, you got to buck your ideas up, guys. I went over to Dave Wonder's house, and he's got loads of stuff. All right.
Cyberjet, I did read the note before. Thank you very much, my friend. It's a very sweet letter, but we got shit to open.
Exactly. We haven't got time for this.
Well, it was a very touching note, and I didn't know if that was Uno. This is the last thing outside of wrestling and turtles, but this came in at the comic shop, and I got the regular version for my friend for Christmas, but this one is glow in the dark.
Oh,
Nice.
Black Lagoon. Oh, coolness.
And it's transparent green plastic. I mean, kind of transparent, but yeah, very, very stoked.
I do love a bit of transparent figures, yeah.
Dude, right? Oh, I love that booger plastic. But I know I have it's Blight from Batman Beyond, Booger Tick, and Muckman, the 2012 Muckman up in a row up top. So it's just this weird horde of green gooey looking figures.
Nice.
Oh, I love it.
Oh, Mitch, he's radioactive. Also, hey Mitch, how's it going, dude?
Dave, who makes that creature?
This is, why do I always forget? Damn it. Jada.
Oh, nice.
Jada Toyz. So they did the first wave was Frankie the Bride, Dracula, and Gilman. And then there's a series 2, I think, that was announced or teased. But I haven't seen anything more on that. Oh, what up, Prince Bloodgrave? How's it going? Uh-oh. Dave, as a freshly minted G.I. Joe collector, what's your favorite so far?
Ooh.
Oh, dude, I tell you what, every time I get a new Joe, it kind of becomes my new favorite because they're so just every single one. But I've got to say, I've never been an army builder because of money and space. Yet that damn bat got me. He got me so hard. And it wasn't even my fault. This was my first bat. My first bat was a gift from a friend of the show, and as soon as I got it in hand, I was like, "Oh, you son of a bitch! I'm gonna have to buy more of these now." So I got 3 bats now. So that like purely by the numbers.
Yeah,
the numbers don't lie, and they spell disaster for me because I gotta keep on buying them now. But I'm trying to be sensible. It's like there's the new bats, isn't there? There's the different colored one, and I'm like, you know what? Python Patrol. Thank you, man. Who knows? I'm thinking I don't need that. I'm just gonna stick with these 3. That's fine. But
did you end up grabbing barbecue? I saw you post up about that the other day, and I'm like, I did. He had to have.
You sons of biscuits. I got my barbecue. I tell you what. I mean, it's kind of a cliche, but so much better, like out of the packaging once you've got him in hand with all the accessories on there. Because I was a bit worried when I was looking at him in the box. I'm sure you can appreciate this. Because he's static, I just saw all this orange plastic and I thought it looked a bit cheap. I thought it looked a bit, I don't know. And then as soon as you put his backpack on, you put the weapons in there, you get a slightly more dynamic pose. And all of a sudden, this dude's a freaking work of art. He really is just absolutely gorgeous. Oh, he's gorgeous.
And he really pops from the shelf, like if you have him with the other Joes, because most of those are green, with the exception of Snake Eyes, but Barbecue really, really jumps out because of his orange.
That's something I think that's why I've gravitated more towards the Cobras, even though the Cobras are all kind of a darker sort of color scheme. I found that the Joes, for me, they just look like a bunch of generic army guys to me. It's just not that exciting. Whereas Cobra is a bit more weird and wild and fantastical. But then again, I've seen a few reviews now for Outback, and he looks a bit different. He's brighter. He's got more colors. So I like that there is some more variety coming in there. So I'm promising myself I'm not going to go crazy and like buy every Joe, but
you might.
There are some good ones coming out. I might. Who knows? You know, I'm tempted to pre-order Storm Shadow and the Spirit. Thank you. Yeah. Yes, that's it. Yeah. So that might have to be done.
I'm getting nervous because I saw a bunch of my friends posting up Target canceled their Outback pre-orders, and I'm like, stupid Target, like doing what Target does.
Target's gonna target.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I have a weird love of Outback, but I want I know they're gonna eventually get to the classic version, non-Tiger Force version, because that totally was my Thor figure growing up. Like my brother and I had like weird substitute figures for characters that we didn't have toys for. So like we had a Crystar that was Iceman forever. It worked out. Oh, Smetty says no Crocmaster. That's a big bastard.
I can't help but feel though, like Crocmaster in the UK, he's selling for about 50 bucks, or pre-order for about 50 bucks. I can't help but feel that maybe he's going to be one of those ones that in a year's time or 2 years time you're seeing for 20. I don't know. I'm tempted to roll the dice.
He's a big SOB though. You know, like with the Croc and everything. Like that's the thing that got me is I like, and same thing with Spirit is I'm just like, oh, but you get the Eagle. Like you get these like cool additions to like the overall action figure line. You know what I mean?
And that Eagle would look very nice on Captain America as well.
For Givens, I wouldn't say no to Outback Steakhouse, but not what I was talking about. But also, that's pretty neat.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh,
is that 7-inch?
We are. Yeah.
Hold on. Here, I'm gonna grab a figure to compare it to here. I got Hercules right here. So yeah, I definitely. I mean, he's about the same height as Herc. So drinking buddies.
Nice.
That's the sweet spot for sizes. And the good thing about monsters is you can always fudge the size a little bit. But because I was thinking he might be more sort of 7-inch kind of McFarlane sort of scale. I'm surprised that he's a little bit smaller, a little bit more Hasbro, which I like.
And that's what I was kind of thinking initially. Is I was like, oh man, this is going to be a little too big. But I've passed on pretty much all the NECA monsters just because they are out of scale with most of what I have. And it's just like, well, I kind of want, like, the fact that I could have Doctor Strange fighting the Gill Man is pretty friggin' cool. Like, I don't know. That was always my jam as like a little kid. I was the one who was like, and now Spider-Man's gonna fight Mario.
Yeah, it's like, you know, Abbott and Costello meet the Wolfman. It's like, let's just mash these things up. Speaking of the monsters, though, have you guys both gone in on the Ninja Turtles Universal Monsters? Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Dude, again, like so many things, I wasn't gonna, and then I saw them in store, and I just realized, yep, this is happening.
Yeah.
Comes with a nice net so you can catch him.
Oh, that's kind of adorable.
I wasn't going to go in on him either, and then I saw that Raphael, and I was just like, this looks amazing.
Dude, it's so good. And it almost, like, the frustrating thing is that I realized is I'm like, oh man, I think I got to pre-order that mummy accessory kit with the sarcophagus and everything for my mummy Michelangelo.
Oh, that does look good. Yeah.
So good. But, oh wait, I want a Gillman monster cereal that turns the milk green. That would be dope. Finally got that Super 7 Lion-O I ordered in February 2021, and Mumro will be here in a couple of days. Hell yeah.
Ooh, nice.
I got a chance to look at those this week, and they're really cool. I kind of wish that I had I both wish and am glad that I don't have any like skin in that game, because man alive, they look nice.
The Super 7 Thundercats.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, absolutely. That's just like Gargoyles. It's a line that I think looks so beautiful. I'm glad that I don't have a nostalgic connection to it, so I don't have to worry about spending a huge amount of money collecting them, because they do look so good. This guy's okay. Yeah. I can buy all the bats I want now.
Yeah. Those, damn, Mixie, that's cold-blooded. Held off until Mikey was revealed of all the turtles. It was Mikey that sold me. Dude, that mummy Mikey is amazing. I love the rotted face that looks like the actual face from, I think it was one of the Turtles 2 heads.
So clever.
So brilliant. After
who
10 years.
Who is Donatello again? Is he Quasimodo?
No, that's Leo is Igor, and then Donnie they haven't revealed yet, because there's 3 figures that they haven't revealed yet. And the expected layout is April as Bride of Frankenstein, which apparently also has a Judith Hoag likeness. So the movie April. So they're integrating her, and that again, this is all rumors. Donnie as Dr. Frankenstein, and then possibly Shredder as I've heard as Van Helsing. I've heard as what was it, Dr. Jekyll? There's like 2 or 3 different rumors for who the last
whatever they do with Shredder, that awesome. Whatever they mash him up with,
it's gonna be
that is gonna be the bomb. I cannot wait to see that.
I am curious to see if they reuse the Super Shredder buck for so that he's a bigger dude, because that could be a cool like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde type thing.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, Mitch Falcon Herd Wolfman also would be cool.
For Donatello, I think Wolfman was the rumor because I think that's what the Playmates when they did the original mashups. I think Donatello was Wolfman.
Series 1 was Donnie was Dracula. They're right here. Donnie is Dracula. Mike is Frankenstein. Leo is the Wolfman, and Raphael as the Mummy. Series 2 was Raph as the Metaluna monster. April as the Bride of Frankenstein. Mikey as the Invisible Man, and Leo as the Gillman. Why can I remember this, but not state capitals? Just putting it out there. Oh, shit.
Johnny Hungy.
Oh, man.
Johnny. Hey, awesome. The Meat Man.
I debated about getting him because I made a custom one. And, like, I made him as beefy as I could, but he's real tall. So I'm going to grab him for sake of comparison.
Yeah, look at how short his legs are. They're very squatty.
Oh, that's great attention to detail. I love that. And again, like the work on the jacket and the head sculpt, that's terrific. I'm so glad that AEW got this deal with Jazzwares because they're right on a par with the Mattel. And dude, Dave, that's really nice.
That's my custom. I hacked apart the calves, so he's actually a little shorter, but now I want to see him side by side.
What body did you use?
I think it was a Barbarian. So one of my buddies, actually King Ginger from the Tiny Mang Tuesday program on here, he will like kit bash a bunch of guys in the Motu scale, like the 5.5 inch. So like he'll buy lots of fodder and stuff like that, rip apart what he can, and then he gives Matt and I a call and is like, "We got bodies for you," and always a welcoming text message. And so I had it laying there without like calves or hands and a head. So I was like, well, all right, screw it. Like, this is perfect. Just need a chunky boy. Oh, what up, Brio? How's it going, dude? Stu Grayson.
Grayson's next, then Uno.
Don't call me Dick Grayson. It's like, okay, JR, go back to bed now. All right, well, I think it's time to pop Bret Hart out then, because I can't.
I'm not a card dude, but these intrigue me. So each one of the Dark Order waves come with AEW cards.
Yeah, I think it's a special subset that you can't get in the normal pack.
Yeah, they have yellow decaling on them or something like that.
I bet some of the like the AEW mid carders and the lower card guys must be so happy that Cody Rhodes has left now because they might get a chance to get an action figure now.
Right, dude. There's something like 3 or 4 more Cody figures still coming out from Jazzwares. That's wild. Oh, I think the rumor is Shredder will be Dracula because someone said it said a clan of vampires. Huh. Oh man.
It pains me. It pains me every time I see a Bret Hart face that they just can't seem to get this poor dude's face right.
That's one of the better ones, though.
That's very true.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it?
That's the problem.
I will say I was pretty close on height.
Hey, you got the scale. Yeah, that looks good to me.
Not too far off. Oh man, that's so cool. I do gotta say I don't think I'll ever have him with the serious head on though.
Oh no,
you gotta have the animated crazy looking head.
Just I'm gonna eat your children. But I actually have a custom Brody Lee that I did. And I was debating about getting the one that came in this set, and then they put out that Brody Lee and -1 set, and I'm like, well, I'm gonna go for that one.
Oh yeah, I think I'd be very tempted to pick that up because it's just such a lovely thing that they've done, and you know that some of the money's going to a good cause, and it's just that's kind of cool. I kind of dig that. And then
like your
just
crazy neighbor.
Looking
like, hey guys, how's it going? No, I'm not wearing pants or a shirt. Why?
I need to watch more of Being the Elite because that's where you get the real gold from those guys.
Dude, they're friggin' insane. Oh, Brett probably looks better with the glasses on. Very true.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
Stu.
the problem with this action figure though is that he doesn't come with a jacket. So
Yeah.
when do you ever see Bret Hart with the glasses on but without the jacket? That's not he takes the glasses off, gives them to a fan, and then takes off the jacket. That's that's how life works. This ain't right. I'm sorry, but I'm a traditionalist.
Well, and there's been a couple jackets, but Mattel is constantly doing the like hard goods. I think they did one soft goods jacket, and it was just like, oh no, just don't do the coat. Just don't worry about it.
I think I might have to go on to Etsy.com or something and see if I can find a homemade soft goods jacket, perhaps.
Ooh, I think I might actually roll with this. I tossed the jacket on my custom. And that one might stand with the Dark Order because that looks more close to his proportions.
Oh, that works. I can see that. Yeah.
Big chunky boy. Oh, this head rules. Okay.
I'm gonna open my cards. See who I got.
Ooh.
Okay, I'm gonna throw on Brett's bullhorn.
Oh, that's true, Emilio. There are a lot of places selling the soft goods too. Oh, hey, that's a fantastic last name, Cash Wheeler.
Majeff.
Oh, Majeff. Oh, Zero. Penta.
Zero Miedo.
I gotta throw on that sweet.
All the Spanish I've ever learned has been through pro wrestling.
Viva la raza.
Viva la raza.
All right, here we. Oh, that's strangely fitting. First card that I see is one of the figures that for some odd reason they won't announce. Alex Reynolds.
You know we're eventually gonna get one.
Oh yeah. Okay.
And a Pen.
Oh.
And Alan Angels.
Oh, Sheeta. And oh, wonderful.
Delete.
Ned Hardy, most dangerous man in AEW. I like that these are supposed to be magazine covers, and I'm like, man, I've never seen a magazine cover like that. Oh, who'd you get there? Inner Circle.
I got
Private Battlefield, yes.
And
oh no.
Nick Jackson.
Mike Jackson. Oh man! Also, the possibility of the inevitable Danhausen figure, like a legit one, is pretty exciting too. Super Spike, we found the third wheeler.
I was very late to the party. I was late to the party with Danhausen. I didn't know what the deal was until he was on AEW, and I was like, okay, who is this guy that everyone's nuts for? And then I found out, and I was like, oh, I get it. This dude's awesome.
I've been very lucky to work with him on a couple different things, and he is such a nice and very evil dude. But
I'm glad you qualified that.
No, he's a
very
good dude,
evil.
whether he wants it known or not. Oh, I figured Cincy I think is opening up the exact same 3 of the Dark Order, so I'm just gonna bust open my cards from these, and I'll open up the figures on.
Do you have Evil Uno also?
I do.
Oh, nice.
So I don't get out much just because of deadlines and everything, and my buddy Matt does, which is awesome, and he found the Dark Order a few times, and I was like, okay, yeah, let's do this. Like, worth it. Stuart Fulbrook, I don't collect wrestling figures, but we'll get a Danhausen and an All Ego if they do them. Hell yeah. 9 says, Cincy, tell us more about WrestleMania.
Let's see. I could tell you more about WrestleMania. Was just like we sat down and watched it. There wasn't really anything that you didn't see on television that we saw. The cooler thing for me, at least, I mean, WrestleMania is like a bucket list thing for me, but going to WrestleCon and seeing all these wrestlers up close, I met this guy. I talked to him, Evil Uno.
Oh, dude, Uno rules.
I met Switchblade Jay White. I met Colt Cabana. Got lots of autographs. It was very fun.
Someone was telling me that Colt was actually selling some of the gear that I made or that I designed for him this weekend.
Oh, was he really?
Yeah, I was like, son of my gun. Oh, another one that I'm surprised we haven't gotten a figure of yet.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of the butcher. Again, it sounds bad to sort of like discourage someone from getting fit, but I like the butcher when he was a big chunky boy.
Oh, dude,
it's like he looks too lean and athletic now. I'm like, nah, I want the big ugly butcher dude.
I loved him when he was a beefy boy. I mean, I love him, and the butcher and the blade and the bunny is great. It's just so weird because they're so lost in the shuffle of the Elidolo, what is it? Idolo family company.
The House of, or whatever it is, yeah. And it is, they deserve more of a spotlight because it's kind of, they're a victim of AEW success. You know, in any other promotion, there'd be a much bigger deal.
Oh, yeah.
What up, Goji? Oh, Basement Boy Banner, which night did you guys like better?
I think one.
I think generally everyone seems to agree that one was the stronger night. Mm-hmm. I think
Andrade family jobbers. Ouch.
It's true. the slipper fits on that one. But yeah, I feel like, you know, the main event of night 2, it was all a bit too predictable. I mean, we've seen Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar fight about 6 times now, if you include the Saudi shows and all that kind of stuff. Like, there was nothing new to see there. And because, like, you know, it wasn't a bloodbath, and we didn't have the fun of seeing Roman get booed because he's actually cool now.
Yeah.
There wasn't really much to it. So, yeah, night 2 wasn't. It was still fun, but night 1 was definitely
Farmer Brock
best.
has been killing me. It's like I've been absolutely loving Farmer Brock, but at the same time, I'm just like, I'm so sick of Brock Lesnar. Like, and that's coming from a Minnesota boy. Like that dude's from the Midwest. So it's like, let's see, last tree cards. Let's see. Oh, very nice.
There you go. We've settled on a Brett pose. I couldn't marry him with the glasses without the jacket. It just looked wrong. But there you go. He's too sweet. I was thinking exactly that. He's given it too sweet, and maybe Etsy will give him a jacket.
Jan Maxley.
Jan.
Dude, the Dapper Yapper, man. This is not the Dapper Yapper. That's Hikaru Shida. But
no, she's awesome. I'm a big Shida fan. Yes. Yeah, the new belt is a nice upgrade. I think they did a good job with that.
Oh, and Mark Quinn.
Nice.
1/2 of Private Party.
That's a team that has definitely slipped down the rankings with all the new influx of talent, and I like them. Who you got there, Cincy? Oh, is that Mike Tenay?
Skivani.
Schiavone.
Oh, I always get the names Tenay and Skivoni. Skivoni.
Nice. Is that Nyla? Oh, Ninth Archer. It's Droopy Face Hitman. Oh. What up, Winning Favor? How's it going? Love the WWE is putting together a faction with Edge and Damian Priest. Hopefully they'll add Rhea Ripley. That would be very cool.
I also heard a 4th name if you want to know.
Yeah?
Oh, who's that?
Ciampa.
Oh, that'd be dope. Well, Blackheart. That would be pretty rad.
I could see that. I could see that working.
That's a pretty good faction right there.
Dude, right?
They had Rhea and Ciampa.
I love Ciampa. Mr. Ryan Clark asks, UK Dave, did you watch any WCPW/Defiant?
I didn't actually. I was aware of the stuff that they were doing, but when they were at the peak of doing all of their sort of promotions and stuff, that was when I was living over in Japan. So I would have loved to have seen some of their shows because they were spending crazy money doing ridiculous things.
They had a ton of people.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure if I'm remembering the right promotion, like they had Kurt Angle over, they had Rey Mysterio, they had all sorts, but they also had tons of like the proper homegrown talent that then went on to places like New Japan, like your Will Ospreays, your ZSJs, if I recall correctly, because I do get my British promotions confused a bit. But yeah, they operated like right out of London where I used to live. But it was after I went abroad that they really started to blow up. But yeah, What Culture Pro Wrestling, Defiant Pro Wrestling, they put a ton of money into that. They put on some good shows. What do you got there? Is that an accessory?
The joys of these being easily customizable is whoopsies right out the gate. Goji King, the missus is due end of June, and I just dropped the microphone. Dang it. Now I'll find that later. Mainly when I vacuum. Oh damn! Since he's on a tear. Literally ninth. Literally the mic drop.
Shock Trooper.
Oh, what kind of shock? Is that a G.I. Joe Shock Trooper or no?
That's Bad Batch. Yeah.
Yes. I gotta say, Bronson Reed as a random cheap, discount action figure. This dude's fantastic. This flame jacket he's got with the actual skull and crossbones on the back as well. That's lovely. That's really, really great. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do with him exactly, but I'll find a good home for him because he's just a good, bright colored, handsome-looking action figure. And
that jacket's soft goods, right?
It's proper soft goods. That's what's always going to win me over. Oh. You throw some soft goods on a figure, and all of a sudden, I'm down to clown.
Brio says, "Hey, David displays model behavior. Would you tell us about your wrestling career? I have a friend here who also watches your channel and doesn't believe you were a wrestler."
Most people don't believe I was a wrestler when they talk to me. They're like, "Really? You were a wrestler?" But yeah, from the year 2000 to about 2015 was when I had my last match. But really, unfortunately, I got into the pro wrestling business in the UK when it was absolutely like on its ass. So there was just hardly anywhere to work. But I started training with a group called NWA Hammerlock, which was an affiliate of the NWA. But then again, it is cool. It's cool, like, in name value, but at the same time, like, what was the NWA name really worth in the year 2000? It was kind of a dubious sort of distinction. But it was when I was training there that I met Jake the Snake, because he was over in the UK, and that's when I started training with him. And that's sort of what really got me started in the business. But that was a whole crazy thing as well, because you can imagine Jake was not at his best place in the early 2000s. So
that was before DDP.
That was way before DDP. Although what's quite nice is the last time that I ever spoke to Jake must have been on the phone around about 2013, maybe, because he had just moved into DDP's house, and he was just telling me, like, yeah, man, they got this whole thing here, and you gotta come over, because that was a nice thing. Like, he invited me to come over and like hang out with him, and I was like, I would love to, but I don't really have the money to hop on a plane and fly over
to come
visit. Exactly. But that was super awesome. But at least the last time that I spoke to him, he was on his way to getting better. So that's really cool.
Dude, he's one of the nicest dudes. I've worked a couple shows with him and such, and just genuinely one of the nicest dudes. It was that thing of he came over and he's like, "You do kid-friendly comics, kid?" And I'm like, this was like 2 years ago. I was still, whatever. And I'm just like, yeah, man. And he's just like, you think my grandkids would like these? I'm like, well, I don't know your grandkids, but yes.
Definitely would.
And we kind of hit it off because at the beginning of the show, I walked over and I was like, hey, man, I just wanted to say hey, and you scared the shit out of me as a little kid, so thanks for that. And he's like, goddamn right. All right, you want to do a picture? I'm like, yeah, sure. So we got a picture going like this at the camera. Lovely.
That's what always amazed me when I finally met Jake, was like, I'm 6'3". I'm a big guy, and then I walk up to Jake and I'm like, damn, I gotta look up to you. That's crazy. And he was one of the smaller guys on WWE TV in the 80s. Oh, wow. And so that just put everything into perspective right there. Just a huge hulk of a human being.
He's a big mother trucker. Oh, Ninth Archer asked, what names did you wrestle under in the UK, Dave?
I was well. I've had a few different names, but one of the most common ones I used was the one man monarchy, David Windsor. So it was a whole regal kind of gimmick. But again, like this was back before even the days of social media. Mostly, this was before even Facebook. So I had like a MySpace page, but yeah, there wasn't like a whole lot to show for it because the things weren't taped for YouTube or anything because there wasn't a YouTube. I just wrestled on the circuits and on the holiday camps and all sorts of stuff. So it wasn't glamorous, but it was fun. It's fun when you're 20, and then when you're 30, it's like, man, am I still doing this?
Yeah.
Did you have a cool entrance song?
My favorite was I would wrestle in Scotland a lot, and the promoter up in Scotland, he wanted me to be simply the best. So of course I had the Tina Turner simply the best, and I tell you what, at first I was like, man, that's pretty cheesy, you know? And then I loved that song by the end of it. Even now it's like a Pavlovian response. If I ever hear "You're simply the best," I'm like, awesome. Yeah,
noted.
Oh yeah, that's like I'm like freaking Bucky in the Winter Soldier. You know, I just hear the trigger words and turn into a full blown heel.
The journal is just you flip open the page and it's Tina Turner going. All right. Oh, John Malenko, Hunter Hearst Helmsley. All right. I remember Jake and Ricky Steamboat had a rivalry, and Jake had a snake, and Steamboat had that big lizard. The fucking Komodo dragon. Good times.
Yeah, Jake would always tell the story how Ricky, you know, actually suggested to him DDT me on the concrete, and Jake was like, "If I DDT you on the concrete, I'm gonna kill you." It's like, no, it'll be fine. It'll be fine.
And then,
and then it happens.
He was telling the story of when they were saying, you know, like for Macho Man to get bit, and they're just like, and Macho Man was terrified of snakes, and he was like, "Well, then let it bite you," and he's like, and they did. He let it bite him. It's like, fuck.
I guarantee he would have told you that story in exactly the same way, like with the impression, like, because I've heard that exact same story. So I was like, how do I know that snake? Yeah. How do I know that snake's really got no venom in it? Yeah.
Oh shit! So when Dave Wonder shaves, UK Dave is what he looks like under the beard. So yeah, we're just interchangeable everywhere.
We're actually every single Dave on the planet is a variant.
It's true.
We're all just, there's actually one Dave who's the Davis Dave, but we don't know which one that is.
Our mini-series, not nearly as entertaining.
that part is just not getting off the ground, unfortunately.
Who knew?
We're struggling with that one.
Yeah. Stuart Fulbrook asks, did you wrestle anyone who went on to be big?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I think probably the biggest claim to fame on that one is I wrestled quite regularly Drew McIntyre a lot.
Oh wow,
that's awesome.
Yeah, which is actually bonkers because I wrestled him in this little working men's club in a tiny town called Kirkcaldy, Scotland, which the building was so small we couldn't actually stand up fully in the ring because the ceiling was so low. But No, that again, like I'm 6'3", and I would look up at him and be like, damn, like you are no taller than I am. And again, this is back in like 2005, and you could tell then that guy is gonna go to WWE. He was jacked and just looked like a superstar. Same with Sheamus. I worked on quite a few shows with Sheamus too. And those two guys was like, yep, if I could buy stock in wrestlers, I'd be like, yeah, I'm gonna put all my money in these guys. They're gonna go all the way. Yeah,
dude. One San Diego, I got my luggage and Sheamus's luggage both got lost, and so we were waiting at the San Diego airport for like 3 hours, just like chilling out, shooting the shit. And he was one of the coolest guys, but it was just that thing of just like, I felt bad because I'm 6'4", I'm about the same size as you, and like I looked over at Sheamus, I'm like, man, I thought he was bigger, because he's wearing his little cap and everything in his vest, and you know, we're sitting there shooting the breeze, and I'm like, I can see the top of his head. This is weird.
That was one of the main things that made me want to get out of wrestling was like the traveling and that lifestyle. You know, I bell to bell, I've never been happier, but just everything around it was just I hated. Especially like I'm kind of an isolated kind of person. I like my own space, and pro wrestling is all about cramming people into cars and hotel rooms and locker rooms. I'm like, nope, I can't do this anymore. I need my own personal private kind of space to myself.
Oh shit!
Although
Gilman joined the Dark Order. He has the best hand sculpt out of all of them.
Is that another Star Wars one there, Cincy?
Yeah, it's the Muddy Mandalorian when he fought the Mudhorn.
Mudalorian.
Muddy Mando. Oh, Mr. Ryan Clark, I'm checking it out after this. Very excited for Moon Knight. Episode 1.
I've not watched episode 2 yet, but that's my viewing for tomorrow is AEW Dynamite followed by episode 2. That's a good lineup. Dude, I ain't gonna do nothing productive tomorrow morning.
I think I might legit swap the AEW head onto this body because I really like the build of this as compared to the the
proportions are great. Those really work.
I like the stockiness. This is like if he went on a diet.
Yeah. Again, when you've got there's only so many generic bodies that they can choose from, so it's kind of fun how some wrestlers it's quite complimentary. It's like, oh, dude, I don't remember you looking like that, but there you go. And in fairness to Chris Jericho, I think he got the action figure and then went, right, I'm going to train to look like my action figure, and then actually did. Yeah, like that dude has transformed himself over the last 6 months.
He's still got the Skeletor like battle damage chest though, where it's concave right there.
Yeah, I think that's all the chops over the years.
It's just there's no meat there; it's just bone.
Kofi has.
Who was Moon Knight and who was Mr. Knight? I think Dave takes Mr. Knight because he's classier.
Which is the one that has the British accent? Who's the museum?
That's the suit.
Okay, there you go. Yeah,
there you go.
It's an easier acting role. I can keep the accent. That's fine.
There you go. David, did you ever wrestle Top Hat Gaming Man from YouTube?
No, I first of all, big shout out to Top Hat Gaming Man. He's got a really good channel, and I'm very, very envious because he's always ahead of me in subs and views. So I'll crush him one day. But I didn't get the chance to crush him in the wrestling ring though. He was wrestling after I had kind of stepped away. So everyone who I wrestled was kind of the previous generation. Doug Williams. I worked with Doug. Yeah, so from TNA, X Division, British Invasion. He's again like one of the nicest people you're ever going to meet. And also, what I really liked about Doug was like he wasn't like there's a certain type of people sometimes in wrestling, and Doug is just like a normal dude, just a really normal bloke. Because it's like he's a landscape architect, like as a career, and then he wrestles on the side. It's just bonkers that he's actually incredible at it.
Yeah. John Malenko says that Megatron though.
Oh, that Megatron and that Prime as well, dude. I love those two. I've only got 2 Transformers, but they're worth having.
Is that the Atlas?
This is the Toy Alliance. MAS-01, and then that Megatron is MAS-02. And I was like, okay. I love the Transformers, but it's not actually a line that I want to collect. But I want Prime and Megatron, so I did
the one and done. I was like, I'm out. That's the Atlas. I'm like, all right, cool. He's in scale with 1/12 scale figures.
The Atlas is insane. Like that's just such a gorgeous figure. But yeah, I'm glad that there are no more in this line, in this scale. I'm like, right, great, I'm done, perfect. And they look so good to base your G.I. Joe collection around or your Cobra collection around. It's like, oh, that kind of fudges into the same universe. I'll do that.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Cincy, how goes the build?
Which one?
Oh, I don't know. I think like your hands are just low enough that I just see you going. I'm like,
I'm just doing the joints on the elbows and stuff. I'm really careful with joints on any figure now.
Makes sense.
Oh, I'm terrible. I'm so impatient. Like in the 30 seconds it would take me to like go downstairs and get a cup of hot water, I'll just go, no, screw it. Just be real careful. Come on, Dave. Come on, you can do this.
It'll be okay, Snap.
Yeah, exactly that. In fact, I just recently sent an action figure off to a friend of mine who's very good with customizing because I broke a peg in the hole. And I was like, mate, if I post this to you, can you fix it for me, please? I was like, yeah, go on then.
I got to give a big shout out to the Toy Canic, Billy Mahoney. He was on the stream twice this last week. He was on Turtle Talk and then on last night's Tiny Mang. And he has been posting some really, really cool tutorials for how to repair figures. So
nice.
Definitely check him out. This serious head for Silver is badass. Like, I love the goofiness of Johnny Hungy.
Some real nice details there. Some real nice nuance to it.
Yeah. This hand still feels more like, hi, not like the
you need the slight. What you want is like the Marvel Legends Shang-Chi kind of tiger style kind of claw.
You need the Rashki claw. Like you got to go for Rashki.
Didn't we see Rashki on TV not that long ago?
Yeah,
Didn't he make a cameo or something? I remember.
He put the claw on, I think, Miz. Oh, that's cool. Little Grogu.
Oh, that is adorable, actually.
Yes, the joint knife. Not that type of joint knife. What
Different
was one of the most difficult challenges to overcome during your wrestling career?
Oh, one of the most difficult challenges to overcome. It definitely. Actually, that I was about to say one, and then I remembered like 10 different others because it's always a nightmare. The hardest thing for me is the fact that I've got a terrible memory, and so everyone wants to do matches with 100 different crazy high spots. I can't remember who's doing what in what order. Because again, I was getting into the business right when like the indie scene of like Ring of Honor and like super work rates, crazy matches was kicking off. And as you can imagine, like being taught by Jake the Snake, you're being taught old school. So it's like you're taught how to wrestle and work and call it in the ring, and then you go to these shows and it's a bunch of like skinny children in kick pads saying, right, okay, you're gonna go off the ropes, you're gonna do this, then reverse that, and then come around, I'm gonna go over you, and I'm gonna go behind. I'm like, oh no, shut up, let me grab a headlock. Okay.
then you just walk me through what we're doing. Oh, what up, Quinn? How's it going? See you soon.
Like, I'll tell you what we're going to do. That's why I was always a heel, because then I could lead the match. And it's like that made life so much easier.
David, what was your finishing move?
Dude, come on. Bret Hart fan? Get out of here.
Oh, nice.
Be the sharpshooter. But what I do is, because I was...
Please tell me it was called the Windsor Knot.
Oh! Missed opportunity.
How did I miss that? That was amazing. I'd like to officially announce my return to pro wrestling tonight.
You saw it here first, folks.
Although, I tell you what I would do is I would first of all like work over the back with an elevated Texas cloverleaf that was kind of like the walls of Jericho, which I called the Purgatory, which is kind of nice because as long as you can get a pun in there somewhere, then it works. But yeah, I pretty much just ripped off Bret Hart's offense, and hey, look. If it's good enough for CM Punk and Dax Harwood, then it's good enough for me. So, imitation is the sincerest form of flattery.
I'm sorry, my chat's bouncing around. Is there a huge difference of culture between different countries' wrestling divisions? Was it mostly a sense of camaraderie?
Actually, yes, there was a good sense of camaraderie, but one of the most fun quotes I ever had. I can't remember who it was, but a Japanese wrestler came over and was doing some tours. I can't remember who it was, but he was a big beefy boy, and this news program was interviewing him, and they said, what is your opinion of the British professional wrestlers? And he speaks like broken English, and he was like, or they said, what advice would you give to British pro wrestlers? And he goes, more necessary training. Many skinny guy. Look shit. And then he just turns around, walks down the corridor, and just goes, shit. And I was like, yes, thank you. Nothing annoyed me more than skinny kids in kick pads. I was like, yes. Many skinny guy. Look shit.
Oh man, almost fits.
So yeah, that was fun. But yeah, all around the world, like one of the nicest guys that I worked with who came over for a tour was Shane Douglas in 2000.
Oh, franchise?
So yeah, franchise, and he was just coming off of WCW then, because it would have been like early 2000s. So he was still in decent shape, and he was still like kind of a name. And yeah, he was just such a nice guy. Just again, like a regular kind of family man. He wanted to come over to England because he was tempted to bring the family over. So he wanted to like kind of like do like a little recce. And it was kind of my job to drive him around, and it was my job also to drive him back to the airport, which was great until my car broke down on the motorway.
Oh no!
And I was like, oh no, this is a nightmare. And Shane, I don't know, maybe over in America, like hitchhiking is more of a common thing. He was like, man, don't worry, we're only a few miles away. I'll get out and just hitchhike. And I'm like, no, you won't. Not in England. Good luck, pal. Yeah. So he was really cool about it. But yeah, he just got out and walked down the freeway. And that was the last I ever saw of him. So I assume he made it to the airport. He reappeared in TNA, so he must have got back at some point. But yeah, that was absolutely crazy. But yeah, Shane Douglas, such a nice guy, and I saw him have one of the most incredible hardcore arena-wide brawls in a sports center in front of about 20 people. But he was wrestling like it was the main event of WrestleMania. And he didn't have to do that, but he wanted to, and I really respect that. So
he went hard, every night.
A lot of people like to make fun of Shane Douglas. Like they say, like, oh, he was the dean and stuff. But man, that dude, he loved the business. And like, I've got a lot of time for Shane Douglas. He's a cool guy.
Hell yeah. Cincy, what? Oh, is that Biff?
Griff.
Or Grip? Yeah. I was close.
You got a pit bull.
I got the pit bull and the big bat.
I'm gonna mute for 1 second because I'm modifying one of these Johnny Hungy heads to fit on the.
Do it. Body. I'm gonna check out Biff and the pit bull.
Do it.
Because I was always a little bit hesitant to get the NECA Back to the Future figures, just because with NECA, the human face sculpts are so good that I find like there's almost a bit of an uncanny valley kind of thing with them, where it's like you've done too good a job at making them look like too much like the person. I'm like, it was almost a little bit unsettling on the shelf. Yeah, that's why my favorite one I think is Doc Brown with the Back to the Future 2 glasses, because it kind of like that looks really cool. But then when you got like the Marty McFly, I'm like, nah, that's too much like a Madame Tussauds kind of waxwork. Yeah, I think they did such a good job.
There's that one.
That looks great.
Yeah,
that looks really, really cool.
Real animated look on his face.
Yeah, they nailed that.
I might have to shorten this guy up just a touch, but I think this is going to be the ticket. Oh, hell yeah.
What did you do? Drill into his head? Oh, nice.
Because now it's on the chunky body. But the cool thing is now he has like a double ball joint head.
Nice.
I drilled up in a little bit bigger. But that's neat. Like that.
Yeah, that looks.
I've seen the. You can have him with the Johnny Buff arms.
That's terrific. You've got to have. Is there an Anna Jay figure? Have they made one yet?
Yeah, she's in the same wave.
Oh, terrific! So actually, yeah, that is kind of a Dark Order heavy wave, isn't it?
It's all Dark Order, because they the only one who wasn't Dark Order was Darby Allin, who was going to be an LJN, and they delayed that because they made a new they screwed up the scaling on it, so they pulled it from the line, and they're releasing it at a later date.
Okay. Yeah. Now, do we think that we're actually going to see Bret Hart one day as the FTR's manager?
I could see
they
it
are
happening.
dropping so many hints.
I gotta believe it's in the works because they are throwing that shit out hard right now to vote. You know what I mean?
They're totally turning them face. It would seem, even though like they're still with the Pinnacle, they're full on babyface tag team now. So
definitely. I think if they were just like, no, you messed with our buddy Wardlow. I'm like, dude, you used to slap the shit out of Wardlow.
Exactly. You didn't like Wardlow. It's like, no, we do now. We do. He's a good guy.
That's right. We're breaking the biz right now. Kayfabe is dead, brother.
We're killing the business. We're killing the business.
Oh damn! I just came from my forwarder for my pile of loot from BBTS, the Super 7 Turtles, and Metalhead, and Glow in the Dark Toxie, worth the wait and saving for over a year. Hell yeah, that's awesome. That is a hell of a haul.
That's a good lineup right there.
I have the Dark Order, but it's 2 Johnny Hungies, the Creature from the Black Lagoon, fucking player Uno, and Stu Grayson, and I'm like, I'm okay with this lineup.
And with AEW being AEW, you could probably see that lineup on TV along with the Creature from the Black Lagoon.
Right?
Man, I do love that Mutagen man. He's just looks so cool.
He's so gnarly.
And is that Super 7?
Yep. So
yeah.
Super 7 did the standard release, and then this is the glow in the dark one that came. I'm a sucker for glow in the dark plastic, and I wasn't originally gonna go after this dude, and then when I saw him in person, I was like, son of a... I was glad I had your credit.
Which Marvel legend has a glow in the dark feature? Because I didn't even realize until someone pointed it out to me, and then I looked over and saw him glowing in my display cabinet.
The Thor San Diego Comic-Con? Because he has the glow in the dark blue.
I mean, like, maybe he does, and I didn't realize. I thought there was just one. So if he does, but actually there is another one. I'll tell you, Radioactive Man.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's got the star on Radioactive Man's chest is glow in the dark.
Oh.
I had no idea until someone pointed it out. And funnily enough, I had him, which, obviously it pains me to do, but I didn't have anywhere else to put him. But he was in direct sunlight, so he was kind of charging up all day. So I looked up, and then, when they pointed out, I just looked over and saw him in my cabinet. I was like, oh shit, he's glowing. That's awesome.
There is is the real Ghostbusters Diamond Select Slimer that came out. And one of my friends, unbeknownst to me, he had done a spray of glow-in-the-dark paint on it. And it was in the room that I was staying in when I went down for a show. And he was like, oh, man, you can crash in my place. Just, you'll sleep in the studio. I'll toss a air mattress or something in there. So I was sleeping, and all of a sudden I hear, like, something fall. And I'm just like, what the hell was it? You kind of wake up, and you're like, what was that? And I roll over, and there's Slimer right there, and I was like, oh, gosh. Oh, you ugly green spud. What the hell?
Oh, my Jesus.
just caught me completely off guard. Wait until you see how much the Creature from the Black Lagoon glows. Yeah? Cool.
He looks positively radioactive. Yeah, you get that guy in some sunlight, and
all done.
Charge him up, and he can light your house for you.
We'll just cook him for a minute or two.
Just leave him to bake for a little while. Oh, look at Biff!
Oh shit, that's cool.
On the pit bull too.
That's wicked.
They've gotten so good at those flight stands.
I know. It's nice and sturdy. It's not gonna fall over.
8 and Skate Radioactive Man was Hasbro, because that was the 3-pack with
Vision,
Marvel, and who else was in there? Hulk?
Was it Vision? White Vision?
Was it White Vision and Smart Hulk, or was that the one with Thor?
I don't know.
So hard to remember, but it was a 3-pack. I think there was like maybe a Captain America in there.
Oh, that's right, the Captain America.
He's already starting to glow.
Hey, there you go.
Kind of hard to see.
Oh, by the way, have either of you guys been to see Morbius yet?
Not yet, no.
It's on the docket, but I'm nervous.
Me too.
I would strongly advise you to take it off the docket.
Oh yeah.
That bad?
The thing is, no, that's the problem. If it was really bad, it would be entertaining for being bad. Instead, it's just a film that I think I forgot T-minus 5 minutes after walking out the cinema.
Oh wow.
You know, it's just it is the blandest thing on the menu. It's not scary enough to be scary. It's not funny enough to be funny. It's not interesting enough to be a thriller. It's just 2 hours of a thing that happened.
Oscar Reynoso, Morbius sequels movie. I have a weird love of Morbius. I've always loved the character since I was a little kid, and I'm like, it was the thing of I forgot that it came out because it dropped, and then everybody was like, "So you seen Morbius yet? So you seen Morbius yet?" I'm like, "No, I have." But shit, that's right, it's out. I should probably check that out. And then one of my buddies is like, "Hey, if you go see it, you got to tell me how it is because I don't want to be hurt." And I'm like, wait, so you're throwing me to the wolves? Like,
the thing is, and don't worry, I'm no spoilers or anything, but like, it doesn't ruin Morbius. Like, if you're a Morbius fan, it's not like all it does is make you think, wow, in this universe, Morbius has kind of a boring origin. You know, it's like this. So Morbius's first adventure was kind of lame in this universe. All right, fair enough. But that's it.
Isn't his origin in this one? He was sick, and it was just like he wanted to get better.
Pretty much it, yeah. And actually, it's such a cookie cutter Sony movie. Like every trope from any Sony, Spider-Man, Venom, it's all there. It's got that boring kind of gray blue kind of hue color palette to it. The fights are all just a CGI mess. Actually, that's the funny thing. Like the final sort of 10-minute confrontation, if you actually took that reel out and replaced it with the end of Let There Be Carnage, I wouldn't have noticed the difference. You know, just like one bluey blob and one reddy blob moving around in a building, crashing through stuff. I'm like, I'm out. I checked out. So yeah, it was what it was. And also like the subplot kind of thing is 100% like the Amazing Spider-Man 2, Harry Osborn, Peter Parker, like
the best friend that
it's like you could help me. Oh, I don't want to help you. Oh, why not? I can't tell you. Why? I just can't. Well, I hate you then. Oh, jeez, and we've been here before.
I stand by the Sony movies. Like, if you look at Venom and Venom 2, and I'm assuming Morbius as well, if you put that out at the same time when like the X-Men movies first dropped and Raimi's Spider-Man, it would have been a goddamn cinematic masterpiece.
Oh yeah.
You know, like it was one of those things of because of the way that they throw the filters on, the way that they like pace the movies and everything. Like I'm just like, man, I want to watch this after like Spider-Man 2 and just be like, all right, cool, let's roll.
You're right, actually. Those Sony movies, they feel really early 2000s, or like it's like they got stuck in the Twilight, Hunger Games, Maze Runner kind of tween.
They didn't make it through. They just got stuck in the woods.
It's like no, guys, we've moved on from that. Like, have you not seen like movies now? They're different, you know. Stop.
Katniss was waiting at the door and was like, ha, and slammed the door in their face.
It's like it's not 2009 anymore, guys. Come on, like make some better movies for crying out loud. But at least I did a double bill, which made it worthwhile because I went to see Sonic 2 afterwards, and that was delightful. That was a really good time.
Was it?
Basically, I ate my Morbius vegetables so I could have Sonic 2 for dessert. And it was look, Sonic 2 is a kids movie. Like that's the whole point. Like I'm fine with that. So I'm not going to be like, oh, it's not like clever enough. Accurate.
Oh,
thank you. but yeah, Sonic 2 I had a lot of fun with. It was just more of the same. Like if you enjoyed the first movie, you should enjoy this.
Apparently,
the third Briscoe brother.
Briscoe brother. Surprise. Oh man, yeah. It was one of those weird things of like, because I was never a Sega kid, But I'm like, I want to see that Sonic movie because I really like the first one.
Mm-hmm. Me too.
Yeah.
Like, damn.
Yeah, this is more of the same. Like Jim Carrey is still like his Robotnik is great fun. You know, every time, almost to a bit of a fault because like every time he's not on screen, you're like, can we get back to Robotnik? I like
Give
it.
me that guy.
Yeah. And there is like there's a fair bit of like just like sort of childish kind of silliness. But again, I'll say it's a kids movie, so of course there is. It's not made for a 40-year-old guy. Except there are a lot of deep cut references where if you were a child of the 90s, you'd be like, oh yeah, I got that reference. Yeah.
But no, I agree. Those Morbius vegetables sound horrible.
yeah. They were not good.
Nice. Apparently, Ninth got the Vox Machina figures in yesterday.
What's Vox Machina?
It's a Amazon exclusive show that's basically like really D&D by way of very violent anime. It's fantastic.
Interesting.
I'm trying to think of a better way to describe it without like spoiling things. I don't know. It's a really fun show. It's kind of effed up, but it's a good show. Mixie says double features are so fun. I remember a few years ago taking my kid to Star Wars and then pretended to say, "Hey, let's see another," and walked over to Spider-Verse. FYI, it was pre-planned. Nice.
I distinctly remember the first movie double feature I ever went to see was Batman and Robin, folled by Howard Stern's Private Parts, which is like the most random of double bills. But if that's not 1997 in a nutshell, I don't know what is. I distinctly remember that. And again, like you were saying about the Sony movies coming out at a different time would have been masterpieces. Batman and Robin could have come out at any time, and there's no saving that movie.
Please. Dude, that was one of those movies like Batman Forever. I was like, hell yeah, I fucking love this. Like I was like just the right age for it, and then Batman and Robin came out, and even as being a little kid, I was like, what happened? I still enjoy the shit out of it, but it's just like even as a little kid, I was like, so he's Nightwing now, but he's not Nightwing because he's red and he has a cape. All right, and nipples.
But again. You're right though. The Batman and Robin is a perfect example of a movie that's so bad it's entertaining, and that's where Morbius fails because it's not so bad it's entertaining. Batman and Robin, I could happily watch that again. That's a good time.
Wasn't it like Jeep something? He was a wrestler who played
Jeep Swenson.
Jeep Swenson. There we go. I was like, I was thinking Tank Toland, and I'm like, that's the wrong vehicle. It was in there. It was in the right neighborhood, but.
Yeah, and I remember Jeep Swenson from the WCW War. No, it wasn't War Games, but it was. Wasn't it? No, it was like a triple tier House of Horrors. It was Hogan and Savage against the Alliance to End Hulkamania is what it was. So it was the Taskmaster and all the Dungeon of Doom, and then the Horsemen as well, and even though Ric Flair wasn't in the match, it ended with him getting pinned because Hogan's got to pin Flair.
Yeah, it's just one more like, hey Crockett,
right here, buddy.
Oh man, dude. WCW. Whoa, that's neat,
dude.
The Badminton.
Unmasked, yeah.
Very cool.
Nice. I tell you what, McFarlane figures have been impressing me more and more recently. Like I don't collect the McFarlane DC, but then I was in the local comic book store the other day and I saw the Batman of Zen-Ra.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, he's so pretty.
He
looks so good. Yeah, man. I was so impressed. I just love the color scheme, how bright and goofy and bonkers it is. I was really tempted. Yeah, I was really tempted to pick it up.
The one that got me was Swamp Thing, just because he's such a mammoth character anyways. So it was just like, all right, this guy's nearly a foot tall. Like, this is a massive figure, and the sculpt is insane. So, like, I have him with Man-Thing and Moss Man as, like, an 1980s,
nice.
Like, family portrait. Like, all of them are looking slightly up and to the right. but no one's looking at the
lovely.
camera. Yeah, they're in the other room. I don't know.
I'm jealous. I'm jealous that you've got Moss Man. That's one I wanted to get my grubby little mitts on.
Oh,
Yeah, that's cool.
Dude, if you wanna from Masterverse.
Actually, no. I tell you what, no, I'm confused. I wasn't thinking Moss Man. I was thinking of the Mezco.
Oh, Mosquatch.
Mosquatch. That's that was it. No, Moss Man. You can get over here, and actually, he is a badass figure too.
I was gonna say I got a buddy unloading both Mosquatches. If you want one, I can hook you up with him.
Don't encourage me. I'm still trying to downsize.
I'm just saying, you only need one gigantic green flocked monster. I'm just saying, or you can go black.
I might hit you up on Insta later.
You know where I'm at.
I'll sleep on it. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not ruling that one out. Yeah.
You could probably sleep on it.
Right. Okay.
Nice
See,
and fuzzy, just keeps.
Yeah.
It
So
warm.
when I can't afford rent anymore, at least I've got somewhere to sleep.
just rub it, and just the friction keeps you warm.
It is because I just can't say no to Mezco's, man. I just recently, behind me, you can't really see him very clearly, but I got the Mezco Iron Man, the red and gold
cool.
Mezco Iron Man, and he's just so beautiful. I bought him from a dude in Germany. They were selling in the Facebook groups, and he was like, he must have been a motivated seller because it was a bargain. So I was like, well, I guess this is happening now.
Yeah.
So because what I'm trying to do now is like diversify my displays as much as I can. So that's fine. So I want to mix up the lines a little bit.
Dude, the one that nearly got me was Atticus, the Atticus Doom figure, and I was like, I literally had it in my cart, and I was like, can't do this right now, and then it sold out. I'm like, thank God, like, because between Cincy and Robo, and now you too, it's just like, I want that. Give me that weird 1/6 or 1/12 scale.
Sometimes you need the decision to be taken out of your hands. Yeah. You need the universe to go, nope, sold out now.
Yep, it was already gone.
Yeah. Although I mean, before I got mine, I put my name on the waiting list. So if that ever comes up, I'll hit you up and be like, dude, my one came in. Let me know if you want it. We'll figure something out.
Let me corrupt you. I gotta ask actually. So since you both are Mezco collectors, like Cincy and Dave, what is your favorite Mezco figure in your collection?
I'll let Cincy go first because I got to think about it.
So I had a favorite. It was the Christopher Reeve Superman, and then Conan came out, and Conan is by far my favorite.
That's a really good call. I'm gutted I didn't get Conan because he looks so good.
Yeah.
He looks really good.
There's the secondary one that's coming out in there.
Yes.
The Destroyer, yeah. I got that one too.
And that's got some nice looking cloth goods on it as well.
Yeah. I was gonna say you could always just strip them down, and then you have normal.
Yeah. No, that is a consideration because I find with Mezco, kind of as you were saying, like it's better to if you're on the fence, it's better to just buy it because you can always sell it afterwards. That's my kind of logic. I think, all right, if I'm not sure, buy it, and then hey, look, might get a little review out of it, and then I can sell it if I need to. I think that my favorite Mezco, like again, it's really hard to say, and like I probably would have said Atticus Doom. We've been talking about him already, so I won't say Doom. Quite randomly, actually, I think it's let me see if I can get him back. Back from over here.
Browse in Cincy's camp. Mezco Cody.
A bit of a random Mezco.
Oh,
my Krieg.
Oh, cool.
The pale driver. I wanted to get him when I got into Cosmic Legions. So I pre-ordered the first wave of Cosmic Legions. And I was like, what else can go with that? And then I saw this dude and I was like, oh yeah, we found him.
That's a big boy, dude.
He's chunky, and I love the Matrix Sentinel looking head. Like that's totally where that's from there. And then with the little light up features as well, and the cloth goods and the armor. I could go on, but yeah, this dude is the bomb. I really love that. So I was tempted to think like, oh well, maybe I should get the black one and the red one, and then my sensible head went no.
Yeah. Because that's all they put out though. They put out the 3, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, black, red, and the pale one.
The Rumble Society stuff has all been so tempting, but I'm like, man, that's a slippery slope. Because it's like the Hawk P90 was really cool looking. I have two Mezco.
Biggity bam.
Oh, look at that.
Right there. God, that's cool.
Yeah, that's a lot of fun.
Damn. I have the OG Spider-Man, thanks to my buddy Sam. That one will stick in the collection forever. And then
forever.
Damn it, Terry. And then Popeye.
Oh yeah.
It's a random one, but it was one of those designs where I was just like, that's so stinking cool.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know. My grandpa loved Popeye, so like those VHS tapes were always around. Like, we'll just pop that in. You know? Like, you know, that was a staple growing up. But
that's really cool. I've only ever seen pictures of Popeye, but like the detail on it looks so like gnarly. Like it's really so much going on there.
Mm-hmm. I don't know how else to put it. Yeah, he's gnarly. Like I had the Bluto and Popeye 2-pack that I got from one of my friends in a trade, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna rip this thing open, and like I was all excited for it, and then I saw what it was reselling for, and I'm like, well, shit. So
slow your roll there.
It left the collect. Oh, you know what? I do have a third one. Thanks to Rob in the chat, I have the Red Death Doc Nocturnal.
Oh, nice.
Oh, yeah. And I would have loved one of those Doc Nocturnals with that's the skull face, isn't it? Man.
The black.
I never got one of them.
The red one just blew me away, and I again missed out on it the first go around. Rob had a hookup, and I was very, very thankful because he was able to hook it up. So, that I don't know. It kind of reminds me of like the Crimson Phantom, like for Misfits and stuff like that. So it's just kind of like, it combined so many different avenues of my nerddom that I was like, yeah, all right. Right now he's in a badass action pose with Jar Jar Binks and Ben Reilly Spider-Man, like you do.
Man. I've been reading the most recent Spider-Man run with Ben Reilly in the lead role, and they massacred my boy.
Yep.
So it makes me so sad. Again, I don't want to spoil anything for anyone, but I'll let Marvel do that.
Yeah. I quite literally finished that and went, yeah, all right. Yeah, all right. We're gonna move on. We're just gonna keep going. Like. When you say Cincy looks sleepy,
I always look sleepy.
I was like, Cincy looks sleepy. It's 3:30 a.m. over here.
Dave's burning the midnight oil hard. Oh, thanks, Rob. I appreciate it. No spoilers. I do like the new design. Hell yeah, Mitch.
The design looks kind of cool. I just wish it wasn't Ben Reilly.
Yep. Winter Saber being that handsome is hard work.
It's exhausting from what I hear.
It's not. They're not talking about me. So I'm the hairy dwarf that's just tall.
The world's tallest dwarf.
Yeah. I always think of one of my friends' dads had this thing up on the wall, and it said the greatest goal in life is to die young as old as possible. And it's like,
I like that.
That's fair.
Surrounded by all of our action figures, I think we're doing pretty damn well with that.
Mm-hmm.
We're on track,
right?
We're on track.
Just nailing it.
Speaking of Mezco and Spider-Man, just real quick there. Are you guys going to be interested in the 2-pack coming out with the Goblin? If that is what it's going to be, I assume it's going to be that.
I gotta assume it's gonna be a 2-pack because they also showed the Two-Face and Batman when they teased those two together. They teased them together. They didn't tease them separately. So I gotta imagine that's gonna be a 2-pack. But
I'm gonna buy the crap out of that.
So which Spidey is it? Like a classic design?
Yeah, it's like Ditko, like straight up Ditko style Spidey and really early Goblin. Hold on, I'll pull it up.
Yeah, it looks beautiful. There's only been 2 pictures released, which is like one of the 2 of them, and Goblin's kind of in the background, so you can't really see him all that clearly. Mm-hmm. And then there's a very nice clear picture of Spidey on the wall, and yeah, it looks very not necessarily first appearance, but definitely early Spidey. But it looks gorgeous. It looks like a beautiful figure.
Oh, that's so cool.
I love how bright the blue is.
right? The funny thing is if you look at it here, it doesn't look like these are separate wrist cuffs, but when you go to the up close shot, of course, the up close shot is as far away as it can be. It looks like this is a separate cuff piece.
Oh yeah.
But if you go back here, it looks like every other Spidey release where it's a part of the costume.
Interesting. I've never had a Mezco Spidey in hand, so yeah, I can't. I don't have a basis for comparison. But
I of course just moved mine because I took a shot with him in it the other day, and now I don't remember where I put it. God damn it! Whoop. And we're back. Where did I put the shit? Oh, he fell over. I see. Hold on. I'll grab him down. Uno momento. Por favor. Whoop, what the hell just happened? There we go. Boink.
There you go. You got it there. That's all right. But yeah, I currently have most of my money, I think, is tied up exclusively in Mezco pre-orders.
Oh yeah.
I don't know when I'm gonna see any of them.
Especially Batman '89. That thing's been dead for 2 years now.
That's like a running joke, isn't it? That was like 3 years, which really makes me worry, because right now I think off the top of my head I think I've paid because I paid in full, because I think I didn't want any surprises. So I was like, no, I've got the money now, put it out there. So it was like Wolverine, which looks so amazing because we've got the HasLab Sentinel now. I want the Sentinel base to go with it. So yeah, waiting for Wolverine. Bishop as well has been on the docket for the longest time. Ghost Rider. I sold my Marvel Legends Ghost Rider because then I could justify in my head ordering the Mezco one. I was like, well, I got like half the price for that. Oh, there he is.
So this is the first release one. But
that's the darker blue and darker red.
Yeah.
Yeah, and some sweet Nikes.
I really like the shoes on there. Yeah, I love the different textures.
Oh yeah, no, this is it's a great figure. I of course put him on the highest shelf I could, behind as many figures as I could, because I had him on a stand like he was climbing against the wall. So I was like, God dang it, I'm gonna.
You can't make it easy, man. You can't make it too easy for yourself.
Oh no, Pipe Bomb Spidey's still around. He's actually in the photo booth right now. So. That's
Pipe Bomb Spidey. What's that?
When I started the channel, I had a diorama back here, and it's the retro Spider-Man with a Pizza Spidey head, and I had him posed cross-legged, going like this and waving like CM Punk cutting the Pipe Bomb promo. So he became known as Pipe Bomb Spidey. So I bring him with me to shows now, and I put him on my booth. Like so when I
I like that little mascot.
Yeah, because like I'm a comic artist by trade, so like I always just have them out next to my business cards, and people are like, "What's that?" I'm like, "Pipe Bomb Spidey," and they're like, "You okay?" They never ask any questions after that. They're like, "Oh, he said bomb. I'm gonna go away now." As you do in a public setting these days. But yeah, no, he's in the photo booth for a project right now.
A project. Interesting. You got a little something on the back burner there.
We'll see. We'll see.
We'll see.
I have to knock out like 3 deadlines before I can get back to said project.
I hear that.
Right now, there's going to be a really cool Shazam graphic novel that's coming out later on this fall that I'm providing some additional colors for, and it is.
Oh, dude, that's awesome.
It's I don't know if my name will end up on it, but. Ooh, there's a lot of pages, and the deadline is quickly approaching. So it's been a little murder, but that's okay. Is Red Guardian still hanging in there? Yes, actually. Hold on.
So did you guys pre-order the Batman Two-Face 2-pack? Because I did not, and it's on BBTS, and I'm really considering it.
I did pre-order it for my buddy, so Red Guardian is hanging right there.
Yeah, and I didn't order that 2-pack because I'm not really a DC guy, so that didn't sort of strike the nostalgia bone for me. It looks like a fun 2-pack.
Yeah.
But yeah, if it's Marvel and Rumble Society for me, and even then they've got to be like particularly good. It was like I passed on Spider-Man 2099, and I think I'm glad that I did, but I'm not entirely sure. I've got some FOMO, but.
He looks a bit really cool.
There is some coolness. Yeah,
I like the hard plastic one though, because it's such a sleek suit that it's hard to replicate that in cloth.
Yeah.
Oh, Rob Leon, I ordered some 1/12 scale sunflowers so I can use the Mezco vapor burner variant to recreate Banksy street art pick. That's very cool. And Mixie, I colored some Spidey mini comic stuff back in the day for the kid-friendly title as a fill-in guy. But yes. Oh, there you go. If you want to see some of my other work, you can click that link. That's one of them from Oni Press last year.
Oh, cool.
But yeah, Saifu. But yeah, no, I pre-ordered that Batman Two-Face. Sorry, this is round and round. That Batman Two-Face 2-pack for my buddy Sam because he was working, so he missed the pre-order window. And then it's like, yeah, then it pops up on PBTS, and it's like, oh well, shit. Oh well. So whatever. When it comes in, he's just gonna PayPal me, and I'll go here.
Yeah, I would quite like a Batman Mezco, but I haven't quite sort of come across one that just like ticks the boxes of what I would be after. I think the Sovereign Knight is the closest looking one to the one that I'd want, which is like, I think that's the closest approximation to the grey costume with the dark blue cowl and the yellow bat symbol. I was like, okay, that pretty much is sort of what I'm after. So if I ever randomly see someone on like a Facebook group or something selling him cheap, well, like, yeah, as cheap as Mezco's, yeah, which is it's not very cheap. But yeah, that's the one I'd be tempted for my Batman.
Ooh. Bean 2099 just said, I'd like a Doom 2099 to go with him. Ooh, a Mezco Doom 2099 would be insane. But we need the first Doom first.
Yeah, let us get the regular Doom first. Because, again, I've already sold my Legends Doom in the knowledge that there will one day be a Mezco one. But I need to fill that gap on my shelf, all right?
I think it was Nightwing GL in the chat a long time ago was just like, Mezco is the weirdest fucking pyramid scheme. It's like, oh, kind of. Like, just throw pre-order. Yeah, no, here, just keep taking the money. We'll get them eventually, right? Like,
maybe
because it becomes that kind of sunken cost fallacy. It's like, I've put so much money into this, it's going to pay out eventually. I'm going to have a badass action figure collection.
Dude, there's been so many that I forgot that even went up for pre-order, and every so often one of my buds will be like, oh man, I wonder what happened to this one. I'm like, wait, that hasn't come out yet? That was like 2 years ago or 3 years ago in some cases.
In case I'm ever in like an accident or something, I have a medical alert bracelet that just says cancel my pre-orders.
There's just the QR code. It just shuts off your cards.
Yeah, just Mezco can't keep my money if I'm not around to finally get these action figures in 10 years' time.
You're dead to me, Mezco. You're dead. Or I guess you would be dead to them in that instance, but that's a whole different thing.
Either way.
Yeah. Mitch Falcon, pyramid scheme or cult? Why not both?
Exactly. One man's cult is another man's pyramid scheme.
Shut up. Mezco and or Mayfex will be the Batman for me. Hell yeah. Dude, I know Cincy has one, and I don't know if you do, David, again, because I know you're not a DC guy. The Mayfex Batman Hush. That my word bingo just went. Yeah, the Mezco Batman Hush Batman was freaking nuts.
I've been tempted by that because he does look so good.
It's Jim Lee Batman in all his glory. Like the only thing that I would want from it that it doesn't have is if you just beefed the body up slightly.
Yeah, that's true.
Because it's a little lean, but it is a beautiful figure. And the cape.
Wired cape.
Some people are like, oh, the cape, it just drowns him. But you can it's a Jim Lee figure. It's like he draws the capes where it's like, okay, that's not practical.
Yeah, but it is the Jimmiest Jim Lee figure that I've seen, like of Batman. It looks so good. Yeah, I'm kind of envious because it does look cool.
It's a big sumbitch too. Like I have him with the grapple gun like sticking out and his cape like blowing off the back, and it's like it's nice. It hits all those right notes where I'm like, yep. In fact, I think that's nope. I have him and I have the Batman the Animated Series Batman. Those are the only two Batmans I have on display.
Yeah, as far as Mayfex go, it's mainly it's mainly the X-Men that are starting to the Mayfex are starting to like elbow out the legends in my Jim Lee X-Men collection. So
There's
I've
so
got
many good ones.
There are, and I've got Gene and Storm pre-ordered again with the pre-orders. You know, my future action figure collection is going to be amazing.
In 3 years, see, it's a good thing you didn't move to Hong Kong. Yet.
Yes, give it time. Something's going to go. We'll figure it.
There is a right now. My buddy Corey, who runs Casting Cave, has some amazing heads by Fan Plastic 4 up that are like straight up John Byrne X-Men.
Oh, nice.
And they are insane. There is a Banshee one that's coming down the pipeline, I believe, that I'm just itchy for. I think he popped up the Wolverine one and it sold out like that. But yeah, oh my God. It's that thing of like, you can kind of almost pick your eras now of like how you want your teams to set up, which is pretty neat. But, I'm lament missing out on Mafex Hush Superman, but I have that Mezco Superman on pre-order.
Have you guys seen the Mafex Classic Iron Man that's coming out?
With the cannon, the shoulder, is that the one with the shoulder cannon?
Yeah, and the roller skates, right?
I don't remember.
And roller skates? I don't think I've seen that.
Hold on. The internet's a wonderful place.
Or you can Google anything. I think the one that I'm thinking of is kind of like the
it looks like the
Marvel
80th anniversary one.
AI one. Yeah. That's the one I was thinking of. Yeah.
Wow.
And that's it. He's got the crazy shoulder cannon. Yeah. Super pretty.
Simply the best. But see, roller skates.
Oh wow, I didn't notice that.
Yeah, I never would have seen that.
It was I remember this was, I want to say this was towards the end of Monday Foosh Live one time, and we were looking at it and Robo just goes, "What the hell are those?" I'm like, "Iron Robo skates." I'm like, let's go.
And the head sculpt does not look like Charles Bronson.
No. Man, that what is it, 20th anniversary Iron Man?
20th anniversary, yeah. I wasn't a fan once I got him in hand. He looked so good in the box.
Yeah.
And once you get him out, it's like, nah, it's a bit of a cheap figure.
What up, Maid? How's it going?
How about the cap? What do you think of the 20th cap?
Chef's kiss. Mwah! I love that cap. Look at that. He's pride of place.
That's
pride
awesome.
of place on the. I mean, I defy anyone to not like this guy. I mean, there's no love in your heart. This even makes me feel patriotic. I'm not even American.
I was gonna say, he's not even American.
Exactly. I see this and I'm like, rock, flag, and eagle, baby, all the way.
I'm so excited for that one.
This is terrific. I've got to say though, if I had the space, I would have loved to have had all three of those guys just in their boxes on the wall.
Yeah.
Because Hulk and Iron Man out of the box, they lose a lot. But in the boxes, I think the three of them side by side would look stunning. If I had money in a house, that's what I would do.
That's totally, like, and the funny thing is Marvel Legends Series 1 way back in the day was always like, you know, Iron Man, yeah, all right. Cap, all right. Hulk, yeah. Toad, huh? Yeah, you had me and you lost me. Like, what? Like,
yeah, that was such a one of these things is not like the other.
One of these things was already tooled.
Although that's like one of the most requested figures now. Is everyone wants a new Toad
because he hasn't been made since.
I know.
Like, I mean, outside of the X-Men movie toys, like, you haven't gotten a toy. Like, you got X-Men Evolution figures, but you know, that's very different from the comics. I ended up making a custom, but yeah, like, I don't know.
They have confirmed him, so
they did.
It's a
time and time again.
Actually, he's listed on the back of the boxes of the 20th anniversary figures.
Oh, nice.
So like he is there, but
yeah,
I'm amazed they have taken so long to show him. But then again, I'm sure you saw Dan Yoon posted on Twitter saying, like, Marvel Legends collectors, prepare your wallets because April's gonna be big. So yeah, maybe we'll see Toad this month.
After what, 150 figures last year? Like,
jeez,
let us up. But
no.
It's that wild thing, because they've mentioned a couple times on the streams where they're like, and yeah, Toad's coming eventually. It's like, yeah, all right. Or the was it? I don't know if it was Dan who said it, but they were like, and we know what you're waiting for in the animated X-Men line, more females. And it's like, oh, you
I didn't hear that line. I like that. I'll give him props for that.
Just,
more females.
I was just waiting for the like like just come like skateboarding out.
I mean, the thing with like the morph figure, I mean, they would sell that, you know, like hotcakes, because of course Morph wears the yellow and blue.
It's the Danger Room suit.
The Danger Room suit, yeah. So you know that people are going to want to buy 6, 7, 8 of those to pop the different heads on and have all the whole X-Men team. So
boom, instant Banshee. Throw some wings on them, good to go. But the X-Men Toad.
That's a real like, fine, I'll do it myself type thing.
Yeah, dude, I made a custom and I have a Paul Rudd head on mine, just because I was like, I need a smirking face, and I'm like, yeah, this works. It just looks weird. It's the like weird Ant-Man. NECA and Super 7 have had their Buck Wild month. That's true. Man, NECA with the pre-orders has been murder. If you're a Turtle fan, it's been murder.
Yeah. I'm glad that I sold my animated Turtles just so that I don't have that temptation anymore, because otherwise, there's just so much.
You don't gotta tell. I didn't even get to this. Might have to wait till next week's show.
Oh yeah, didn't even get around to that. Yeah.
No, it's just like with all the stupid twist ties. I'm like, man, I don't feel.
Yeah, we'll be here till the next live stream if you start doing that one.
Yeah.
I mean,
Stormy's going apeshit for some reason upstairs.
Yeah, we'll be there in a minute, Stormy.
Yeah. I don't know what happened. Someone must have like driven by and like revved their engine or something, because she went. It's a thing of like, this is the stairs right above me, so like it's like what the hell is going on? Just no, Ninth, I shan't. Plus, we're coming down to the end of the show too, and I want to give these guys plenty of time to plug everything that's coming up on their channels too. Technically, every figure released so far could be more. Very true. The Mondo Wolverine figure comes with a morphed head that you can drop on.
Doesn't he? He's a big boy.
Yeah, he's
a
12-incher. He's a 1/6 scale guy.
That's it. Because I thought he looks really cool. I love all the power effects, the lightning, straight out from the intro. I thought that was a cool little touch. But again, I like, for me, I'd be like, well, he just sort of stand at that height. He just kind of like stands on his own.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, I wouldn't know what to do with him.
And they're doing more. So rumor has it they have a pretty hefty plan to roll figures out for that line. So that would be an insane display.
Yeah. Because I mean, even if you just have the core X-Men team, that's what, 7 or 8 figures. Like, whew, boy.
Oh, WTF? It's Juan. What up, Juan? Asks, Cincy, how do you feel about the Star Wars Black Series reveals?
I'm trying to remember which ones were revealed today, actually.
Exactly.
Well, actually, I can tell you they had the white Darth Vader. I don't know what that's from, but the white Darth Vader.
I think that's from an old expanded universe book, because he redeemed himself, and then he has like, what, for some odd reason it's like, now he's a giant white dude.
Because why not?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw the Republic Commando looks really good. They're still a little small though. They're a little undersized.
Aren't
but
they
the one I'm kind of
Stormtrooper
excited about is Saw Gerrera.
Yeah.
He looks cool.
That is all the, well, I think it was actually my buddy Alex who said that is the tooling budget for the year.
Yeah.
In that one figure. Just because there's, oh my god, it's nuts. But there was a screenshot one of my buddies sent, and it was one of the panelists who was announcing everything, and he's just going, it's like, oh, you look ecstatic, my friend. really sell how excited you are to be announcing these figures or these pictures that will someday be figures.
That's what I always wonder. I'm like, where do they find some of these folks? You got all these bright, enthusiastic people on YouTube talking about how much they love the products, and they bring out the official reveals, and it's like, there you go, buy that and piss off.
We're gonna make what's that guy? He was in Finding Forrester. No, that wasn't it. You mean Saul Guerrero? Yeah, that one. He's gonna be great. You should go check him out. It's gonna be nice. Although it is always entertaining when PulseCon hits, and then you see all of the streams back to back to back, and you're like, oh, don't do that, because then you have like direct comparison. Where it's like, no, I don't want to see the Ghostbuster stream now. Oh man, yeah, never a dull moment. Whoa, yeah, John, that was something that, I don't know, all white dude in robes, never a great thing, but
gosh.
Oh yeah, the guy is on the design team. Yeah, and again, like, I'm not putting any negatives on him. It's like, dude, you just get a personality to hop up there, like, that's just bouncing around with energy. Just saying.
Exactly. I am available on hit me up on the on my socials.
We're gonna import Dave.
Yeah. You know, I get there and they'd be like, no, not that Dave, idiot.
We wanted the other one, the funny one. No,
you booked his stunt double.
Wait, were you looking for Graham Norton? Yeah, the funny one. It's like, that's not the same thing at all.
Yeah, that's not even close.
Well, that was like, I was describing one of your videos, the gardening video, which, by the way, was fucking brilliant. And one of my buddies like, is that a Graham Norton bit? I'm like, what? No, I literally started by saying, this is on my buddy Dave's channel, Displaying Model Behavior. And I'm like, why is Graham Norton like, oh, British, funny, okay.
All right. Well, I've never had the Graham Norton comparison before. Normally it's a Henry Cavill comparison, but done in the form of an insult. So it's like, oh, you look like an anorexic Henry Cavill, or oh, you look like Henry Cavill on meth.
Jesus.
Oh, you look like we ordered Henry Cavill from Wish. Oh, the list goes on and on.
When you hear that Henry Cavill is a huge D&D nerd.
Yeah. There you go. Or it's like,
I stay with love in my heart.
Or one that popped me was, hey mum, can we get Henry Cavill? No, we've got Henry Cavill at home. Henry Cavill at home.
Ta-da. Okay, well, we're down to the last 5 minutes. Cincy looks like he has to go, so I'm going to give him the spotlight real quick first. Cincy, what do you got coming up real quick, boss?
So I have a video tomorrow. I'm probably going to do a premiere probably 11 a.m. or something. But look forward to that. And then I'm also doing a video after that, which is like a WrestleMania. Just a few clips from WrestleMania weekend and then my haul from WrestleMania. And then if you're in the Dallas area or Texas area, I will be setting up this weekend at Retro Madness in Bedford. They're having a little parking lot sale, and I'll be setting up with Not Another Retro channel there. So selling some stuff.
Narc was hyping filming some of that. Also, mail Cincy goodies at his P.O. box. Thanks, man.
Oh, and if you liked the short film that I was in, we're actually producing another one. So I'll be filming for that this weekend too.
Hell yeah. And David, real quick, Brian Merchant said, I was thinking of British Will Arnett.
Oh, I can see that.
What? I get that a lot. I do. When I'm clean shaven, I get Will Arnett. I'm not mad about that. I like Will Arnett. Exactly.
Also, here's all of David's socials right there. On top of all that, it is also in the video description below. So please go like, follow, and subscribe to both David and Cincy because they're awesome.
Yes, in fact, I can see that there are 116 people in the chat right now. So if my subscriber count does not jump by exactly that number, I'll know that someone isn't pulling their weight.
Son of a gun. The British are mean. No.
Oh, we're horrible.
But David, what do you have coming up? This is where you like what you have coming.
That was my. Sorry, I was just. Well, it's like this. My beautiful, my glorious visage, which you can see pretty much every single day that I release action figure and pop culture content. Normally Monday to Friday, I release a new episode of Good News, in which I cover everything from action figures, pro wrestling, comic books, movies, and all points in between. So come on over to Display Model Behavior. It's a good time. Ding.
Hell yeah. We need to add the little like pa-ting, like a little.
I know, right? You could add that in post. That's fine.
Totally. That's totally how live streams work. You can find.
Wait, we're live?
Shit. You can find me right here Monday through Wednesday, right here on the Dave Wonder channels. We got Grippin and Rippin obviously on Wednesdays, Tiny Ming Tuesdays on Tuesdays, which is live customizing and toy restoration. And then on Mondays, it's Let's Talk Toys with a little bit of toy news just for you. As always, like, follow, and subscribe to everybody on here because we all work our asses off to produce really fun stuff, to grow the community, and to just have a genuinely good time with folks. As always, David, thank you. Cincy, thank you. You both are awesome. You both are legends. And yeah, until next time, folks, much love from Minnesota. Good night.
Bye.
I forgot to upload the outro with you in it. That's my bad.